Your staff taking the Fifth Amendment, taking the Fifth, so they're not prosecuted. When you have the man that set up the illegal server taking the Fifth, I think it's disgraceful.
You see, the mob takes the Fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment?
I'm surprised that Trump invoked the Fifth Amendment, because generally you can give him immunity and then make him talk. And basically, this is a public issue. So I'm not sure. His lawyers may have had a good reason for invoking the Fifth.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and Trump's a real piece of work. But I don't have to tell you that anymore at this point, do I? I mean, this is the guy that recently buried his own ex-wife on his golf course for a tax break. Who knows what other types of corpses lay on his property? This is the guy whose closet is stuffed with skeletons. Mar-a-Lago might as well be his own personal graveyard.
I don't understand it. In almost 60 years of practice, I never invoke the Fifth Amendment on behalf of my clients, particularly clients, obviously, who have nothing to hide. So it was a surprise to me. Maybe there's a good reason for it, but I don't understand it as an experienced criminal.
The Fifth Amendment is practically made for him. Did you know that his own former attorney, Alan Dershowitz, was astonished at how many times he pled the Fifth while the FBI searched his home? Not once, not twice, or thrice, or even 10 times. He pled the Fifth at least 440 times, an incredible number. He's breaking records with it. Nixon would be so proud. I mean, Dershowitz is telling us that he almost never has to plead the Fifth for a client, ever. An innocent client rarely needs the Fifth, and even if they've done something wrong, they might as well get immunity before testifying, right? But no, Trump is out here pleading the Fifth at every corner. This tells us that just one key thing, and that's whatever Trump did, it's completely damning. He can't utter a word of it, no matter what, because it will be the end of him.
The hypocrisy, of course, is jaw-dropping here, and it really is a moment of shame for Donald Trump and for the American presidency to have a former president who has to invoke the Fifth Amendment. But legally, you're absolutely right. This is Donald Trump's right. He can take the Fifth Amendment the same as anyone else can. Important to know, though, in a civil lawsuit in New York State, if somebody takes the Fifth, that can actually be used against them. The jury can draw what's called an adverse inference, meaning the jury, in, again, a civil case, can sort of assume the worst about what if his testimony might have been.
I personally am enjoying this turn of events. That man spent 4 years terrorizing this nation with his disgusting bigotry and immoral greed. He tried to tear the very foundations of our democracy to shreds by trying to break our electoral system. And when he failed, he roused white supremacists and fascists and told them to take up arms to attack the institutions of this country. Now he's finally getting what he deserves, to be held accountable under the law. He's a perverse bastard who took pleasure from using the American populace to fund his own lifestyle, and now that's coming back to bite him. He thought he could get away with it by simply removing evidence of his misdeeds from the White House, but he was an idiot. And now the FBI finds it all, and the only thing he can do is plead the Fifth over and over and over again. He didn't even prepare a good lie to look innocent. You know how stupid you have to be to keep thousands upon thousands of documents recording your crimes and then not even have a passable lie to cover it up? For all the travesties he's committed in this country, he sure doesn't have a mastermind's brain. He's all hot air, only kept afloat by his cult of colleagues who were altogether too happy to steal and feast on America's hard-earned treasures. They pillaged our righteous nation and continue to try and gut all the progress we've made in the past century. They want to take us back to a world where no one has rights but them and their followers. Now they want to control us for their own profit, because harming Americans is just another business opportunity to them. And now Mar-a-Lago's got them all stirred up, since the GOP is banking on twisting the narrative, but that's exactly why we're going to fight back. Trump can lie and cheat and steal as many times as he wants. He can plead the Fifth every hour of every day for the rest of his life, but every single crime of his will come to light. I have faith in this country. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.